Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see behind me, we finally got a new turbocharger in. I'm super excited about it. Flip the camera around, take a look at it real quick. All right, so I am 100% not an expert here, but basically the turbo on the right side, that is my stock compressor, stock turbine, basically 100% stock turbo, except for the fact that it was ported and polished versus a 64mm 5-blade wheel compressor on the front. This is a WoldFab 64mm Quantum Max charger. Basically, they do a port and polish job on the back, put a 64mm compressor in the front, all new bushings, bearings, blah, 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 inside it, and that's about it. So should be, they say it's rated up to 650. Once again, I don't know if I'm gonna have the fueling for that, but I'd like to really just see over 600. So I'll flip both of these back around real quick to show basically what it looks like when they're ported. And other than that, it's time to put it in. All right, so both of these turbos are technically ported, right? Basically all that means is that you open up your exhaust side quite a bit just to allow for a lot more airflow as much as absolutely possible out of the stock turbo with the stock fueling. You know, basically I did mine purely with a grinder and a Dremel and then sanding pads, right? It actually turned out pretty good, whereas they're able to do theirs with a CNC, and it's obviously 100% better than mine. So the other cool thing they do is they Cerakote the back side of their turbine housings, the entire exhaust side, so it looks a whole lot nicer. To hopefully maintain that quite a bit better as well. So basically that is it. The only other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this guy, replace it with a couple of these little tabs here, because I don't need to be able to put that heat shield and all that other stuff back on. So I don't really need to have this bracket here. So I'm just gonna pop this one out, replace it with this guy here, and we'll be good to go. All right, so this turbo is ready to go back in. So I'm going to replace this guy here to get rid of that bracket. Put the coolant supply pipe on, as well as popped out the little caps everywhere else so that we're going to put the other lines back in, as well as put the oil drain pipe on the bottom here. See it coming out the back here with the new paper gasket right at the bottom there. So as soon as we get it dropped in, we can install the coolant return as well as the oil supply to the top. And that'll be about it. After that, it's just hooking up all of the exhaust and then rebuilding the top of the truck. So ought to be good. All right, charger is in. And we also have everything else hooked up here. So there's oil supply, coolant supply, coolant return is down below right there. And then the oil return lines are right down there. Everything is hooked up, everything's ready to go. So hopefully that is the hardest part. So we just need to go ahead and get the intake horn on. And then I'll probably go ahead and do the exhaust side as well, get all that done. And then it's just button up the top of the motor. All right, little update here, guys. It is actually the next night. I ran out of time last night to finish this up. Basically, I left last night with all of the exhaust done, except I actually still need to hook the front pipe up to the down pipe. Other than that, it is done. So now I was able to start again here this evening, and I've now got all of the piping back in place, coolant, all of that done, belts back on, let's see, AC compressors back together, etc., etc. So basically all the little knick-knacky stuff, except for the intake horn and the intake itself. Those are both out yet. Other than that, everything else is back in. You can see the pipe in there. It's all beat up, which is real sad. Basically, my inner fender rubs on it, so that's awesome. Anyway, basically I've done everything. The only thing I did not do, and I talked about doing before, I went ahead and put the passenger side dipstick tube back in because the driver side one was literally the biggest pain in the butt I've ever tried to deal with in my life. So, and maybe that's just me not being an actual mechanic and just being, you know, a random guy. But basically I worked on it for like 45 minutes, almost got it into place, but then I was like, okay, this is really stupid, I'm not getting it. So basically within 5 minutes I had this one back in, and the whole point was to make it so it was easier to put it in, and this one went in fine. So no need for it. Anyways, guys, basically all I have to do here is I actually have to remove the driver's side dipstick tube. It's still sitting in there, almost in position, but not quite. Then go ahead and fill this thing up with coolant, check over a couple things, and then we're ready to do some bump starts, and then go ahead and fire it up. All right, guys, so we are ready to bump the motor over. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to just bump the motor over without letting it start, therefore pushing oil up through the turbocharger. Otherwise, it could potentially be running dry there for just a few seconds, and there's a little bit of a chance there of running your brand new journal bearings, blah, 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 you know, that kind of stuff. So the way to do that is to pull one of your ignition relays out. I'll flip the camera around here and show you which one it is. And basically allow the truck to crank over, allowing the oil pump to push oil up through it, but not actually allowing the truck to start. Okay, so I'm not sure how much it changes for the newer trucks, but for the LB7 guys, this relay right here, it's the top left big one there, is actually one of the ignition relays. So you can go ahead and just pull that out. You should be able to crank the motor over without letting it start. So we'll go ahead and do that now. place. Start it up. So it acts like she's happy. Truck started right up, nothing's whirring, chipping, doing whatever, any kind of stupidity, that kind of stuff. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just check over everything real quick, make sure there's no oil leaks, no coolant leaks, etc., etc. We just gotta put that intake horn on, put the intake on itself. This truck's ready to go out on the road. I guess probably put the wheels on, that'd also be a good thing. All right guys, so the turbo install is 100% complete. The truck is 100% back on its feet, ready to go. It is actually wet and dark outside. It's raining right now as I'm talking. So I'm not really going to be able to do a whole lot with it yet tonight. I'm going to definitely go out and take it on a test drive, but I won't be doing a whole lot of sound clips, any kind of getting on it. Plus I'd like to let it break in, you know, at least 100 miles, something like that before we kind of start to get on it. So even so, let's take it out for a test drive and see how it does. Guys, so we're cruising around. It is pouring down rain. Hopefully you can't really hear it here in the truck, but it's pouring down rain, which is really killing all the fun and all the audio quality. But this thing sounds amazing. I will post a video here real quick. There's a lot of rain noise in with it, so you have to take it for what it is, but it sounds so good. I've only got up to about 20 psi right now. That's probably about all I'm going to do tonight. It lights up super quick, just as good as stock, if not better. Really have absolutely zero complaints. The truck is running fantastic. So here in the next few days, I'm gonna try to get some GoPros out, get them on this thing, and get it a little bit better of a video on it. But anyway, super stoked about it. Running really, really good, guys. We are back. The truck is healthy and happy, and it is really, really fun to drive. So I'm really excited about it. Be more excited here to get it kind of broke in and put it through its paces here in the next few days. So anyways, guys, if you're still watching, first of all, thank you for still watching. But I've got a little bit of bad news. I am not going to be able to make it up to the truck meet on Saturday, up to the Truckmaster truck meet there in Wisconsin. So I just had some things come up here at home. I'm not going to be able to make it. So a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. So anyways, guys, have fun there. Really hope to be able to see you guys out and about here. This summer here, you know, I'm still going to get the truck out a little bit and hopefully do a little bit of pulling, probably not near as much as what I probably would have done last year or in the stock turbo form. You know, work stock around here is exceptionally competitive. You know, there's a lot of 7, 8, probably even some 900 horsepower trucks out there. This truck might be low 600s, you know, so it'll still be fun to do it once or twice, but I'm not going to sit there and beat it up just to get last every time, you know what I mean? So anyways, but I'd like to get into some drag racing and that kind of stuff, but we'll just kind of see how the year goes. But anyways, guys, hope you have a great night. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please do remember to like and subscribe, and have a great night.